Hey guys, it's Heather. I'm coming to you from my office today. I have a break in between my clients. So, sitting here, I'm facing the window because the lighting is just better. And this is what my office looks like. I'm a massage therapist, so there's my table. And have storage there behind the sheets, and that little door goes out into my waiting room. So, I'm getting cozy in here today, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our wedding budget and how that's going. So, like I said in the first wedding budget video, our total budget is $4,000 for our wedding, and so far that's going to be everything that we're paying out of our own pocket for. So, we got engaged on Christmas Eve, and so that was that a Thursday or Friday? We came home on Sunday from spending Christmas at my grandma's, and then by Tuesday I had booked our venue and I had booked our photographer, and I had given the photographer the $500 deposit that she needed, and I booked our venue of $125. And since then, today is January 26th, I have ordered our invitations. My maid of honor got her dress. I picked out my wedding dress. What else? I feel like there's more. Maybe not. I think that's it so far. But I'm going to pull up the budget and show you guys all of the numbers. So my wedding dress, for my dress, the corset, and then the like poofy thing that goes underneath the dress, I can't remember what it's called, ended up being $709. So I had personally budgeted $400 for my wedding dress and all of my accessories. So I was going into David's Bridal with like a favorites list of all of the dresses that I was looking for that were around the $300 range. And before we even started looking, my mom said that she was going to help me and pay for half of my dress. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that's great. But I was going in thinking that I was just going to find something in the $300 range and it was all going to work out. And, we would each be paying like $180 or something. But everything within the price range that they pulled for me just like wasn't fitting right, or it just didn't look right for my body style. So I just told her, just pull dresses that you think will look good on like my body type. I have really broad shoulders. I have a large chest. I'm like built pretty sturdy. And everything I had tried on before was like accentuating all the wrong places, or I just wasn't really happy with. And then the dress that she pulled for us was originally $850, and it was on sale for $600. And then the corset, and then the other undergown piece added up to that. So it wasn't a dress that I thought that I would pick, but I ended up loving it, and I loved it more based on my maid of honor putting me in the dressing room and her zipping me up and me not even seeing what the dress looked like on me, but just going by the way it felt and how it fit. I just turned around and looked at her and I was like, I feel amazing in this dress. And she looked at me, she was, you look amazing. And I walked out and looked in the mirror and I was like, oh shit, I look great. This is the dress. So I did have that moment. It took me a while to kind of build up to all the detail on the dress because I wanted something really simple. But in the end, I'm just like, you know what? I love the way I feel. I don't care if it seems too fancy in my own mind, but we ended up going with that. So I'm going to turn this around and we're going to look at the budget, and I'm going to go through a breakdown of everything that we've spent so far and have to spend, and then like the breakdown for the rest of the months that we have. So here we go. All right, you guys. So here is our wedding budget, and I did have someone ask um, how I made that. Let me see. So I have numbers on my excuse me, on my Mac. And if you go into numbers, if you have numbers and you go into new, you can choose these templates. This one, the monthly personal budget, and then you can, just change the colors and then added in all of my own categories and all of my numbers. So that's what I use to, as the template basically. So with this wedding budget, our total budget that we plan on spending is $4,000. And like I've said before, our photographer is half of that. And we've paid her already $500 for her deposit, so we owe her an extra $1,500. We've paid for our shelter at the place that we're getting married at, and it was only $125. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. So with this shelter, we have a covered area, and we get a bunch of picnic tables with an outdoor fire pit. And we also get to use the amphitheater that's just slightly down the path from this. So we'll be getting married at the amphitheater, and then we'll be doing our reception at the covered shelter. Dress and accessories, $359. So I have a remaining $40 left over that I'm pretty much going to be probably finding a pair of neutral colored flats at Target and then creating a hairpiece or something from like a craft store. So we're going to be going pretty simple on that. My dress has a lot of detailing, so I'm not going to go crazy with like accessories. Honestly, I will probably just wear a pair of studded earrings and call it good. Our wedding invitations and RSVP cards, I got those in yesterday and I'm really happy with them. And it came with the mailer envelopes. So that was, and then I'm also waiting on like custom address labels that just have our address on them. So I'll need to do like return address labels and larger ones for our guest address. And I already have all of the stickers for that. And then all I need to spend out of this budget is on stamps. So I decided to not mail all of them. People that I see on a regular basis, I'm just going to hand it to them. And then if they're getting an RSVP card, I'll put a stamp on that. But we only have a venue that can accommodate 50 people. So we're really only inviting people really close to us. So I would assume that almost everyone would show up. So I'm not really going all out on invitations because honestly, people just end up throwing them away. So I didn't want to spend a crazy amount. And we're not doing save the dates because we're getting married in like 4 months. So there's not really a need for that. And then on Monday, we went and purchased Wayne's wedding band. And so this covers his band and then a lifetime warranty if he ever needs to get it sized, or if the like the finish wears off, it covers all of it. So he is set with his wedding band. So basically, I feel like I'm doing really good. We're having our engagement session done at the end of February, and that session is included with our wedding photography purchase, so it's all kind of combined. And then after that, February 1st, I'm going on a lunch date with a good friend of mine who is making my cake, and she used to be a pastry chef. So she's helping me with all of the desserts and figuring out what kind of appetizers I want. So that'll be about $400 I'm budgeting. Decorations, I'm going to be using a lot of what I already have at home as decor, and I pretty much need to spend money on some like LED string lights that we're going to be wrapping trees around with, so they need to be battery powered. And then I need to spend some money on a few DIY projects, and then pretty much just table coverings and like table runners. So I'm hoping that 250 will be enough, and I'm sure it will. Wayne's wardrobe, I don't think $150 is going to be enough. We haven't really gone out and looked, but I just have a feeling that I lowballed that too much. So there is extra in miscellaneous that I can pull from, but I'm really trying to stay within budget so that it's just more of a buffer. And then flowers, I think what my plan is for the flowers is I know what I want and what I have in mind, and I'm pretty much planning on going to just a higher end grocery store like New Seasons um, or even going to like Lowe's or Home Depot and buying some flowers to either create bouquets and like stuff for on like little tables that we're gonna have, and then my maid of honors flowers. So I'm trying to keep it simple. I'm not going into a florist and ordering a whole bunch of flowers. I'm just going to go to the store and pick out a bunch of greenery, use some greenery that's native to the area that we're getting married at up on Mount Hood, and then kind of stick with like some white and neutral colored flowers. So I'm hoping the $150 for that will be enough. So this is our budget breakdown of the wedding, and so far spent $1,275.35. And then I have another $500 in the sinking fund to help pay for the remaining balance, and hopefully by the end of February I can just pay her the balance that's due. I'm considering of making February a no spend month. I haven't completely decided on that yet or what the numbers of that look like. I probably will just allow myself $100 of pocket money, and that's kind of it for whatever I want to spend on that month. So I'm still kind of playing with the numbers and trying to think of, what's coming up in February besides Valentine's Day that I'm going to have to pay for. That's kind of inevitable. So you'll see that at the end of the week in a February budget preview video of what I decide to do. So if you have any questions or have any tips for me, obviously Pinterest is like a big resource for your wedding, and I've definitely used that as a resource. But if you have any tips or tricks, please let me know. And thank you so much for watching.